Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday! Hope you had a great Saturday night. We went out after the show. We went out for chicken, and it was lovely. And then we watched a film before I went to bed. It was a great evening, but I do hope you're having a lovely Sunday. You've got plenty of things prepared, and you're going to intersperse whatever you're doing with watching us on the shows today. First of all, we've got masterclass, and we're all about floral specials, all sorts of different florals. Then we've got launch day later on with some little bits and pieces, little sneaky peek over here with these gorgeous laser cut wooden frames over here. And then we've also got Second Chance Sunday, lots and lots of things on Second Chance Sunday. We had to put not only our glasses on, but magnifying glasses to see all the products because there are so many products listed on there. We've got lots of deals for you on the website, so have a look under the clearance section. We've got loads of deals in there. There may be things in there that you missed out on in the past because we've had this massive clear out with the warehouse. There are things that have been popped on there that we thought previously may have been out of stock where things have been returned and that kind of thing, and we found other bits and pieces in there, so make sure you have a look there. There are double points on everything up until midnight tonight, and we've also got a free gift for you. So if you spend over £10, €10 or $10, you get all I heard was dog thing. It's a dog die that you're going to be getting, and that's your free gift with any orders over £10, $10 or €10 too. But of course we've got loads of deals for you today as well. I'm not on my own. It's my last day with the lovely Debbie Fisher.
Oh, last day. It's been lovely. We don't see each other for ages. Morning, everyone. Yeah. And then we see each other on days in a row. It's been lovely. It's quite nice having an all-female crew.
It is.
Quite like it.
Yeah.
Got all. Oh, sorry.
Jake.
Apart from Jake. Well, yeah, all-female crew. Sorry, Jake. Jake's very rocking the black and white today. I said he looks like he should be in Men in Black.
He does look very smart.
He does.
Like he's off out somewhere special.
It's because all the women are in the building.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And Jake always smells very nice.
He told me I smelled nice today. He just said, Debbie, he actually said, I come in and thought, oh, where's that smell coming from? I said, well, at least it's a nice smell.
Yeah, you don't want to be a nasty smell, do you?
No, no nasty smells today, no.
And we've got loads of bits and pieces to show us today, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Masterclass, first of all.
Yeah, do you know what I love about a masterclass, Becky, is the fact that we do these classes to hopefully help and inspire you at home. So I like to sort of put projects together that you can, that are achievable at home and that you can do and fall in love with your, whatever the masterclass is. Today it's all about flowers. And I want you to fall in love. You know I love making flowers. It's the one thing that's quite therapeutic to me at home because I love die cutting loads of flowers, sorting loads of flowers out, and then making them all up in maybe the evening, putting them on a lap tray, being really creative with flowers. So I'm hoping I can inspire you today with getting all your flower dies out, getting to grips with them. If you haven't got them, don't worry, we've got plenty on the show today so you can get some, watch back at a later time. But I'm hoping you'll love the projects that I've got in store for you today.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. I love a flower.
Yes,
and I
me
think
too.
There's something really nice about watching people make flowers.
Yes,
really lovely.
yeah, absolutely. And we're all different in how we make them as well. So I think that's really important. That there's no rules. You can do them however you want to.
Yeah. Oh, looking forward to that. Lots of people messaging in to say hello. Georgianne says hi, Becky and Debbie from Clearwater, Florida. And Hopkins says good morning, all from a very hot Norfolk. Daniel says good morning, Becky, Debbie, and behind the scenes crafty team. Hope everyone is well. I'm well. I think everyone's well. Is everyone well in the gallery? We're well. And we've got fizzy fish for later on. That's going to be my thing. I'm going to bring fizzy fish every time I come in. Michelle, it's for you, says good morning. Stephen says a good morning on rest day from Ocado. I imagine Ocado's been quite busy with lots of barbecue stuff being delivered. Annie says good morning, everyone from sunny Bristol. Lynn says good morning, Debbie, Becky, Team Social, and all the CCTV crew from Newcastle. Lisa says good morning from Minnesota. Christine Mahoney says good morning everyone. Phew, I have a day off and I'm glad you're going to be spending it with us. That's how it should be. As Zoe said, good morning everyone from West Sussex. We have just put the ducklings outside for the first time and have sent a picture. Oh, ducklings. Can we sit? Oh, we're going to have a look at it in a minute. Now, talking of pictures, it's hot here. And obviously with Debbie, and obviously what do we talk about when I'm with Debbie? Holidays. So what we would like to see are your holiday snaps, your best holiday snaps. extra points if you have a holiday snap when you're crafting, or we can see something with a Crafter's Companion logo on it. And we are going to choose one later on, and you're going to win a £10 voucher. That's going to be in the last show of the day. So make sure you get them coming in. We want to see, do you know what? I want to be inspired as to where I go on holiday next. Because I go to the same place every year. And I want to go somewhere different. I want to go somewhere exciting, and I don't know what makes a good holiday snap for me or what makes a good holiday, but for everyone it's going to be different. So send us in your best holiday snaps. We'd love to see where you've been. The email address for you to send that to is studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Ah, I remembered. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. So your holiday snaps, extra points if you are crafting, and really extra points if you're crafting. We can see the Crafter's Companion logo. Okay, so we're going to shortlist some of the pictures, and then the viewers are going to vote for those in the last show.
Oh, that's exciting.
We do have a picture of the ducklings.
Oh,
I'm going to show you this.
My
Look
word.
at that.
Oh, Zoe, how lucky are you to wake up to those in the morning?
Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, the dog just does not... I know. No, that's penguins. That's penguins.
Yeah, but
so if you watched
birds.
yesterday's show, we had a first look at the penguins, which are launching on Tuesday, penguin stamps. And they're so cute. Honestly, you're going to see them go... You just want to squish their little cheeks. I did the same with the ducklings, I thought. But I'd only squish them very, very gently.
Yeah, very gently.
Very gently. Just give them a little tickle. Right, should we get started? Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm going to run out of
absolutely.
noises to make.
Yeah, so let's look. We're going to use a bit of colour in here. We're going to be looking at these gorgeous outline dies. Now, if you didn't go for them, now's your chance to grab them because they are beautiful. I love them because they're really large outline dies. There's so much you can do with these. Stencil through them, paper piecing, inking them, colouring them. They're just going to look absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous designs here from our design team. And look at that. That's look like stained glass. That's done on acetate. If I turn it over, it's just coloured with our alcohol pens onto acetate. Looks incredible, doesn't it? What about adding that colour behind them and cutting them out? Absolutely beautiful. Another one there. That's the same flower. Look how incredible
totally
they look.
Different.
It's just totally different, but you can do so many special things with these. They are glorious. You will love using them, and I love that they take that whole centre front of your card. I mean, who doesn't want a large outline floral? They're absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's get on to a demo straight away, because what I've got here is the cherry blossom. Now, what I love about all the flowers that we're doing today, it doesn't matter which ones you use, they're all going to look amazing, and you can do the same demo. So let's just say you had a few of these and not the whole set. Doesn't matter which one you use, they're all going to be able to do this design with them. Okay. Now what I have done, I'm going to bring in my Duet ink pads, so I'm going to be using those. Just bring them down so you can see. We're going to be using those, so I've just put a little bit of gesso on top of my cardstock just to help them with the spread a little bit. And then I'm just going to place my die in the centre. So this is where you decide, first of all, where you want your die to go, which way round. I'm just going to pop that right in the middle there, and we're going to run that through our Gemini. So let's pop that on my pads, on my mat, should I say, and then I don't know why I called it a pad. It's not like a launch pad, is it, that you're going to launch it through the Gemini. Honestly, my head's so full of silly words sometimes that don't make a lot of sense. But that's me all over. Right, so you're just going to run that through whatever die cutting machine you've got. Hopefully it will be your Gemini. Let's take that one out. And then we'll take that one away, just very gently. Just take all those little bits that have come off. I think we need to wash the plates. I'm getting all it. I was die cutting some black cardstock yesterday, so that's all gone. Little feathers of those are coming out. Right, so we've got that one. We're just going to give this a tap. Take that die out, like so. Let me just pull that bit there. Now, I'm not worried about this one. You could keep this one, but I've already got one sort of die cut out. Doesn't want to come out because of the gesso on there, but let me just pull that one. Once you've got a bit of it, the rest should then just come out Like
Rachel Brown's
so.
got a question for you.
Sorry, Rachel Brown's got a question.
Yeah, how did they get the pens to work so smoothly on the acetate with that blue sample you showed us with the rose when it's been coloured through?
So what I would suggest is when you've coloured it, using your Spectrum Classiques would be better because you have a chisel nib, so you can get straighter brush strokes, but also let it dry. It dries quite quickly, and then go over it again, and it should sort of smooth it out a little bit more. But actually, I don't think it matters if you get a little bit of sort of scribbling on there. It looks really effective whichever way you do it. Right, so we've got that piece. Now, this is going to be my back piece of card. So, and I want to make sure that when I pop my because I want to stencil through. So, because I want it in the right place, I'm going to first of all place this in here, and then what I've got is I've just got another die cut, so we're just going to place this in, and I'm just going to pop that right into place. Now what I have done with this one, and it's why I've got a separate one, is I've put just a little bit of our tacky glue, not tacky glue, sorry, our spray, spray and it's stick and stay. No, stick and spray. Stick and spray. It's the purple can, because it's non-permanent. So just going to pop that down. I've only put a little bit on because that will, and I will bring it in just so everybody knows. Sorry if our American viewers can't get this, but the stick and spray, they did sell it on HSN, so have a look on there. And there is an alternative as well, so that you can find. It's not really needed, but it just helps when you're doing this. So the reason I've done that is because I want to make sure that I pop this in the right place. Did you just say they're 3 for 2? Oh, 3 for £20. That's amazing.
That's good,
yeah, that's really good, because I think, are they about £7.99 each? Yes. Look at me with my, not normally good with figures, but yes, I thought they were about £7.99 each, so that's a bargain. Go and grab those. Right, so we've got our different colours here. I've got my Spring Buzz, my Sunrise Glow, my Sweet Clementine, and my Raspberry Ripple. So let's pop these ones on there, and we're just going to do some inking through. So first of all, I'm going to do my greens, so I know where my, lots of singing going on in my ears here.
I don't like the song that Nicola's singing. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. Yeah. I feel it should be sung in a particular way. Oh, quick! What ink is best to stamp onto parchment craft paper, please?
Say that again.
What ink is best to stamp onto parchment craft paper, please?
I would say heat embossing.
Right.
Because parchment can be, it takes a long time to dry when you're inking onto it. Yeah, I would say heat emboss it. Or we don't do one, but you can get a StazOn ink.
Yeah.
And you can stamp with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite, because it'll stay wet for quite a long time.
Yeah, it's not very porous, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. You could try our quick dry in, but we've got, have I put my orange? No, it is a green one. It seems like there's orange on this one as well, because I'm getting a little bit of orange come through, but not that I'm going to worry too much. And you're probably wondering why I'm doing this and not just inking my card, but then you know when you get your flower put on, you know that your colours are in the right place. So that's why I'm using this as that background. You could try your quick drying inks, but you would probably need to dry them a little bit. Because they would still take a little while to dry, even because it's a non-porous surface.
Okay. Excellent, thank you.
Right, so let's just pop our green. So we've done all our greenery there. Just try to leave that gap there, but it's not going to matter if you go through onto there. Then let's do that flower. Let's do a nice pop of pink. I don't know why I've got all these colours out. I don't actually need them. Yeah, it's because I was thinking this midsection, I was going to colour in like a yellow or an orange, but actually, it's actually the coloured flower itself. And I'm not worried about colouring. Sorry?
I love the vibrancy of that. It's beautiful.
They're so good, aren't they? Yeah, they're beautiful, these are. Have you used the Duet ink pads
I
yet?
have. I've got them at home. I have had a little bit of play. Not enough of a play. And I think I was saying to you earlier on, next week I've got about 10 days off. And I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing paper craft in those 10 days. And also,
you're going to be learning a bit more paper crafting, aren't you?
And also getting ready for the first Sewing Saturday on the 8th of July. When we've got different shows.
Oh, what are we telling people?
We are telling people.
Oh!
Yeah, we are.
that's exciting. Oh, that's really exciting.
I did mention it on Friday as well. So yeah, we are. Yeah, I am allowed to mention it. So yes, yeah, quite exciting.
Not like me, I'm probably not allowed to mention these, and I'm like an open book, like, do you want to know? I'll tell you. Right, so then we've got a beautifully coloured, so if I just turn that round, look at that, you've got a beautifully coloured edge as well, which is lovely,
yeah.
but we're not going to use that, but keep that, so you can use that for another demo. And then what we are going to do is we're going to bring this in, we're going to bring back in our design, which is going to fit beautifully now over there, but what I want to do is something on here with those similar colours, so let's bring in those pinks and greens, and I am going to add a bit of orange in, because these are our duet ink pads, there's lots you can do with these. So what I want to do, I'm just going to sort of dab some ink around on my mat. So let's put some green there. We're going to put a bit of orange in just to bring in a tad of orange around the edges. And then I'm also going to bring in that pink as well, just to add that pink for a little bit of vibrancy. Don't want too much in the middle, keep forgetting and not putting it in the middle, because I actually want it just to go around the outside edge, so we don't need too much in the middle. And then all I'm going to do, I can't do it because I couldn't find one earlier and I forgot to ask Jake. Is Jake about? I haven't, I found one, it's okay. I found it was a spritzer. I need to just pop a little bit of water in. Let's hope I can get it in. Look at
gin
that.
You've got there?
No, not gin. Not going to spray me. I wouldn't spray me gin. That's a bit wasteful, Becky. Chopped to pieces. I've done that live on air, literally. But we are just going to spritz. I've got a fan on as well. Spritz our water. So this is then going to go into our background. So let's push that down onto there, like so. And that's just going to create us a beautiful background. So look at this. Turn that over.
Nice.
You get this really beautiful looking background. And you can just pop it in wherever you want. We can just put an extra bit here. But I love this technique. And it just moves very differently onto gesso. Look at that. So beautiful. You could keep mopping that up if you wanted to, so you don't waste any of that. But just for demo purposes, I'm just going to bring that away. Because I don't want, the reason I did that, I want it quite faint on my image, because I don't want that to take over from our pop of colour in the middle. So let's just dry that off. So just using your heat gun just to dry all of those elements off. I love this technique. I love creating backgrounds. Your duet ink pads just react differently to your normal ink pads. They are beautiful. I love the fact that we've got some different colours now. So yeah, really lovely. So what have you been doing any paper crafting yet, Becky?
I have.
What have you been doing?
So what I've been doing is I've been doing a few craft alongs. So I've been doing some box making, and there was a craft along that Corinne did with these. Actually, I don't know if it was with these dies, but she was making her own paper using almost like outline dies, and then adhering them, and then using some of the duet ink pads to create some paper, and I've been doing that. I've just been generally playing about. I've been playing about rather than actually doing proper projects. Whereas now, I think actually next week I'll start working my way through various projects, various craft alongs I thought I would do as well. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. It's nice to have.
That was my next question. I was going to ask, are you enjoying it?
I am, definitely, and it's. But as I was saying to you last night, it's almost like I've got to put a different head on. I've got to sort of totally think differently to when I'm doing sewing and soft craft, and concentrate on all of this. And I think we all struggle with space. So if I'm going to be doing paper craft, I sort of have to put all of my soft craft stuff away and then sort of clear up, because otherwise I get like fibres of threads and things all over whatever I'm doing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying sort of doing colouring with different mediums as well. So yeah, it's good fun.
Oh, I'm really happy. It is lovely. I wonder, or I'm sure it wouldn't because it's your job, whether you'll then start to prefer paper crafting.
What?
That's quite controversial. They're all, oh, in my ear. The reason I asked, because I mean, it's still the same sort of thing, but I started with scrapbooking. That was my, what I used to do. I used to love scrapbooking, and then paper crafting become sort of more and more, and I loved it more. So I then ended up not doing scrapbooking anymore.
Do you not do it at all?
No, not at all.
I suppose time runs away with you, doesn't it? Let's be honest. We're all short of time, aren't we? I think when it becomes, not that you lose the pleasure for it, but I suppose you don't have the time to sort of think about other bits and pieces because your brains fill up with other craft.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I do like to sew. I want to sew more clothes. Well, any clothes really. And again, it's one of those things I just don't seem to have the time. But I do have a little bit of time when before I go away. My husband and the kids are going away 10 days before. Yes. So there's no one to say, well, you need to tidy up all your craft stuff because we can't eat at the kitchen table, which is how they all sound, not just my husband. And so I thought, well, actually, I can take over the kitchen, I can have my dressmaking stuff out, and I can make a few items of clothing, or I might be lying on the sofa watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer while they're away. Who knows? I've got good intentions.
It does make a big difference to have a craft space, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I've not had one for such a long time. I literally crafted off a little table in the bedroom, in the spare room, and it's just awful because then you have to put it all away every time you use it. And then get it out when you want it all out again. And I had things in one cupboard and then another, and now I've got a craft room again. It makes that massive difference where I don't have to worry about putting it away all in once, and everything's at hand. I never realised how much I missed having that crafty space. Let us know if you have your own crafty space, or whether you have to pack away. Or whether you've got just a really nice husband that lets you just use the dining room table and you all now eat off of your laps. Yeah, it's interesting to know how people work, because crafting becomes an obsession, and it comes a little bit of an addiction, but a good addiction. Good addiction in it's very mindful, and it allows you to do something with your spare time. So I think it's a great one to sort of have. If you're going to have an addiction, crafting's the one to have.
Yeah. I do like the idea of doing a bit of scrapbooking. I do think, that's something that I should do. But I think with when you craft, well, I don't know if you're the same as me, but I want to try a bit of everything. I bought a loom to start doing some.
You bought a what?
A loom.
A loo?
A loom. I've got a loom. I have a lavatory.
You must have a toilet in your house.
No, I bought a loom so I could do some weaving.
A loom, right.
I bought, resin stuff, clay, all sorts of different things, because I just think, oh, that looks really, really good. I want to have a go at that. And I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. I met a lady at a craft show, and she said, I'm 96. And she said, I've got about 400 projects that I still haven't finished, and I will never finish them now. I realise that they are just not going to happen because I don't have enough years in my life to finish them all. But I think, that is what we all do. You see something new, you think, oh, I'm going to have a go at that. Or I certainly do. And then I go hell for leather. I buy all the gear and no idea. I get all the bits and pieces, and I do
get that, but I do finish projects. I haven't got things unfinished. I would have to. That would play on my mind. I would have to finish that project. Yeah, absolutely.
My cousin, it's so bad, my cousin bought me a badge that says that I'm full of unfinished projects, because I really am. I've got things that I started 3 or 4 years ago that I still haven't finished. They're sitting in a box waiting to be used.
It must be different for sewing though, because it takes up a lot more time, doesn't it? Like finishing a card is a lot more easier. Right, while we've been chatting away, I've just been sticking that down, put on some corners, and then I've also cut these out of black and white. So what I'm going to do is we're going to to paper piece that back in. So that's almost, let me get the right way. That's going to go back into there. I'm slightly off, but actually I quite like it. But look at that. I mean,
Lovely.
how much does that then pop and just look absolutely stunning? So let's pop that one on. Let me bring that in, take our dotty tape pen, and we're going to just pop
So you
that.
wouldn't use the adhesive spray for that?
Oh, good idea. You could
you
absolutely use your adhesive spray. And actually, Becky, how on earth have I not been telling people to do it? And why am I not doing that? Because, yes, you could use, it's 3 for $20, your red can of spray, which we do have. So it's any sprays, I take it. So that could be, you do a fabric spray.
I do, yeah.
We do the red
diffuse.
permanent spray, which is what you could spray onto this black one. And that would stick, yeah, permanently inside there. So we've gone quiet because we're listening to all the different cans that Nicola's telling us.
So we have a temporary adhesive, a permanent adhesive. What else? What other sprays are there? The stick away, the remover, the mounting adhesive, which is a red can, and the orange can is the stick and stay one for fabric. That's handy, isn't it? And if you haven't managed to get your dotty tape pens, that would be something you could use.
Absolutely, it's perfect. And in fact, before the dotty tape pens, it's what we used all the time.
Right.
So yeah, I just can't believe I forgot all your intricate die cuts. Yes, you can use that. Right, now I wasn't sure whether to use the white one because I quite like it in the black, but I also want to tie in that white frame around the edges. So we're going to just overlay this, but we're going to slightly offset it. So we're still getting some of that black come through. But we're just having a little bit of a different design there, which I think overall is beautiful. So there we go. Let me just, I'm going to use, I'm really gently, because I normally do this on the back, but because we've elevated this with our foam tape, let's pop that. We will, and then all I've got a little good luck sign, which we're just going to pop. In fact, where am I going to pop that? Shall I pop that up there? Don't know where to put it now. I think I'm just going to pop that down there. Let me have my foam pads.
Annie asked, where are those corners from?
Oh, now you've asked something, Annie. Where are my corners from? There's so many things that we do with corners, and I can't remember where I've got them from. I think they're from one of our boxes. Oh, there's a corner die in the Venetian collection if anyone wants them, but
okay.
No, these are not. I've got. Oh, I know where they're from. They're from my shadow box dies.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they're from the shadow boxes. I was trying to think. So, but if you look, we do lots of different corner dies in different collections. So I'm going to pop that just over that side there. Let's pop that there. And there we go. So there's our beautiful background with those inks inside, making that gorgeous outline floral die.
Fantastic. Oh, that's so pretty. Very much like that. That background is absolutely beautiful. So these are our large outline of floral dies. We've got a set here for you to show you. So you've got 8 altogether. The first one here is your lilies. Then you have your cosmos. This next one is your hellebores. Then we have your cherry blossom, which you've just seen. This one is your roses. This is your peonies. This is your echinacea. And then finally your anemones. £75 or $98 or £42. On the back of the board, it says cone flower on this one and wind flower on this one. Oh, is that what? Oh, okay. I did wonder whether we were reusing boards because I was like, that's not right. So £60 or $78.74 is your platinum price. Lots of people are messaging in talking about their craft rooms actually. Terry Anderson says, have I enrolled in the Academy of Colour? If not, I should do it. It's an amazing course. I will do that. I haven't done that just yet. Paul Prince ×4 says, I was the same, Debbie. I started scrapbooking, but got into card making and never scrapbook. My craft room and office are one and the same. I mostly card make and sew these days, but I have lots of jewellery supplies, mixed media things, and a heat press for vinyling things onto fabric. I like that as a vinyling. Rosalind said, that's beautiful, Debbie. Antoinette says, I live in an apartment and my dining table is my craft table and has its own craft corner. Paul Prince ×4 says, my dining room has become my craft place, but I have a small table in my den by my computer where I assemble my projects. Kirsty D says, I have a lap loom, a resin, lots of soap and bath bombs and lotions and potions equipment. I've forgotten I've got that as well. Crochet and cross stitch. I can't crochet. Leanne's going to teach me at some point. I do cross stitch, sewing machine, and lots of paper craft things. Kirsty, we're one and the same. Zoe Carver says, I don't have a craft room. I use the dining table in the living room. I had to put away my craft stuff to make room for the hatching the ducklings, but it's worth the sacrifice. Oh. Yeah, we'd like more context. Why have you got ducklings? Yeah, we'd like to know. Terry Anderson says, I started with half the basement and now have supplies in every room of the basement, so I have the entire finished basement for crafting. I've put in a coffee bar with a refrigerator and a microwave. I am jealous. That's like a proper craft store. That sounds really good. Yeah, we want to know, what are your ducklings called? Did you name them after us? We'd like to know. I'd like a duckling named after me. Wouldn't you? Yeah.
Becky the duck.
Becky the duck, yeah. Debbie the duck.
Debbie Duck. That's, yeah, Debbie Doodah.
The next thing we're going to have
Debbie's Quackers, that's for sure.
Yeah. We're going to look at the flower forming. Oh, let me just grab these. We've got a selection of different dies for you that all are related to flower forming. Lots of different ones here for you. The first one is your Bell Countryside. These are your precious peonies. Then we have the clover. This next one is your pine cone. I do love that one. I think that looks so cool once you start putting it together. This next one is your foliage. It's a selection of different I love the fact that everyone says foliage. Debbie Robinson can't say foliage. Okay. She has foliage. Okay. This is Delightful Rose.
Otherwise they say foliage.
Foliage. And this one is your ivy. And then this final one is your Bewitching Blossom. Bewitching Blossom. Really lovely selection of different dies there, £40 or $50. Platinum price is £32 or $40. Debbie, what are you going to make with these?
Yeah,
you make some flowers?
Yeah, I love. Well, I mean, can you guess? You know, masterclass on flowers. I love flower forming foam. I think it's one of those things that's super easy, but something really different. So I've got a sheet of foam, and I've literally folded it in half and folded it again. So I've got 4 sheets. It's the one thing I absolutely love about our flower forming foam, is you can cut 4 out in one go. So I've got my 3 flowers. You can cut up to 6, but what happens is it really does press your foam together, and it takes a long time to peel them apart. So I say 3 or 4, and then you know you're going to get them out easy enough. Now what you do need, you can use a heat tool, but it's not as effective. You can also use a craft iron, and you can use your normal iron. So we've just got our normal iron in the studio, so we're just going to be using that. And really it's as simple as heating up your foam and manipulating it, because once it's heated, it's amazing, because you can just sort of manipulate it however you want. It will just form into the most amazing flowers, and it really does blow my mind to think that you go from this flat flower, which looks lovely. You know, you could make nice paper flowers out of these. You could use your vellum, you could use all sorts of things. Oh, that's a good idea, Nicola. She's saying that the idea of using old maps. I've used books pages before and done flowers, and I know, apologies to people that my owl would be mortified. I would never tell him that I've used pages of a book. Yeah, he probably is. is. I might have even told him, but he's such a book lover. He something come through the post the other day, and it looked to me it was just a really tatty book, but to him it was like the best thing in the world. Right, let's bring in the iron. So we've got an iron. The other thing that you're going to need is your glue gun. It's the best thing, I think, creating these to put them together. So creating with those. And the other thing you'll need is a ball tool as well. So we do different varieties. We've only got one here, which is the smaller one here. Yeah, all the stuff is disappearing from the side of the studio. We had a full, oh, I've just found it. I think I've just found it. Found one, but the sponge has gone as well. We did have some sponge, but I don't mind because I don't particularly like the sponge. So what I am going to bring in is...
Look what I've got for you, Debbie. I bought you a little selection.
Yeah, but I don't like the sponge, but I've got. How did you find them?
Oh, I went out there.
I just
Do you
found,
want these ones?
No, I don't need them,
No,
but
no.
thank you. Oh,
Right.
I feel really mean now. You've run out to get them. And yeah, I should have just took them because I think I've now just upset Becky. Right, I'm going to use, so you do get some sponge with our tools, which are brilliant, but I don't particularly like sponge. If I have to use it, I do, but if I haven't got it, I'm not worried. But yes, so I'm going to use the biggest ball tool and the smallest one. And all you're going to do is literally bring in your iron, pop that onto there, and just give that a curl. Can you see how that's shrinking? Now, the longer you leave it on, the smaller that becomes. And we're literally just going to... Oh, there's water in this iron. You've been putting water in the iron, Becky.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be for ironing.
But I didn't actually put the water in. Someone else did, and it frightened me because I'm used to it not having any water in it. So
yeah,
someone must have been...
I've just tipped all the water out.
Do you want me to go and get some tissue, or will I bring it over there
I've
and you
got some
decide you
tissue.
don't want it?
Oh dear, I've upset Becky. Oh, yeah, I deserve that. Now, I'm not going to do anything to these other than shrink them. And we'll come back to it later on and show you some different ways of manipulating the flowers. Oh, it's like tipping the water again. But all I'm doing at the moment is just cupping them, really. So popping them on, letting them fall, and they will naturally find their own way of just coming together. And then let's do, so that's
It is an
my
amazing
smaller
thing
ones.
to watch.
Yeah, and it's such a fun thing to do. I love flower forming foam. You can really manipulate it, you can stretch it, you can distress the edges. It's just going to look amazing whatever you do with it. I mean, obviously take care because it's an iron. If you've got sensitive fingers to heat, then what I would recommend is, just untangle that. I would recommend using maybe gloves or using tweezers to apply onto the iron with. I'm just going to get rid of all that water. And then because I have this, you can use your ball tool. So go for the smaller one and just circle inwards. And then all that's going to do, in fact, try the bigger one, might do, it will just cup them completely in. So we've got all those bigger ones. And what I mean by manipulating the petals, when they're hot, if you pop all your petals together and then twist them, you can really distress those edges, and the more they're heated, the more that you'll get this. Can you see already we've got that sort of almost flower-like petals, and going from that flat flower to be able to be creative like that is incredible. But I'll show you that later on. We'll do more of that. So first of all, let's glue these together. Now there's different ways you can do it. Sarah loves to pop them onto a pokey tool, so literally you could just thread them all onto there. In fact, let's do it for this one and then you'll see rather than me just say. So we're going to start off obviously with our bigger designs. Pop those in. Oh, I'm not going to use that because it looks like there's loads of glue on that one. Let me grab another one.
Janine asks what temperature the iron is.
I always put it on a hot setting.
Okay.
But you can, I think the hotter it is, the quicker your flower is made. But lots of people put it on a lower setting till they get used to how they do their flowers.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm making quite a full flower, so all I'm doing is staggering. Can you see, staggering where the petals go? That way I know that they're going to not leave any gaps. So another one in between there, and then we can go to that medium one, pop those ones in. What I haven't got to hand is a stamen, but I can show you my finished one. So it's just a case of popping these into place. The more petals you use, the fuller the flower becomes. So you just pop them, you can see already, look at that. I mean, it's just beautiful, isn't it? So, so lovely. And so easy to do. This, you haven't got to do really anything much to it at all. And then all I'm going to do here is pop this one on. And then when we have a little break, I'm just going to find some stamens so I can pop those in place as well, because that will hold all of our flowers together. So popping that one in. That one looks really tiny, so let's do that one. And they're quite robust. Our foam is very strong, so don't worry about pulling it or manipulating it. And then we've got that tiny little bud there, which we're just going to manipulate that and then place that one in the centre. And that's going to really curl up inside there. So that gives us that beautiful, I mean, look at that for a flower, just being able to do that from flat flowers. And then when you put your stamens in, let me bring this one in, you've got this fuller one here with your little stamens on the inside, and they look just absolutely gorgeous. And there you go, that's how you do your flower forming foam. Now I've got a couple of those. I've done a smaller one, so this one here, so a smaller little white one, and then we're going to come back in a little while, or later on, we're going to make some more flower formers and make those into a card.
Fantastic. Daniel has asked how many pieces, how many sort of pieces are ideal to make a flower realistic?
So this one we used 8, 16, 32. So 32 flowers. It seems like a lot, isn't it? Is that right? 4, 8? No, 16. 16, sorry, I've doubled it up. 16 pieces I've used on there. But ideally, I would say using 3 petals of each size.
Right, okay.
So 12. So I would say 12 would make a really nice flower. If you just want to make some smaller buds, I've got one here. So look at this one. I've made a tiny one here. So it just depends on what size you want your flowers.
Yeah.
So if you want a really nice full one, I would use sort of 16. But if you want to just make a little diddy one there, that's just one of the size of them. And then you can just make some little petals. So yeah, I think whatever you do, whatever suits you. Absolutely.
Oh, they're absolutely beautiful. And so quick to make.
Yes,
something
really
so
quick,
realistic.
yes.
I'm really loving those. Daniel also says, I've just got the flower forming dies. There's something new to try, and they'll be good for card making, possibly a plie case for a scenery quilt. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do there. So these are our flower forming assorted die collections. You've got lots of different ones in here. This first one here is your precious peonies. And then we've got your bewitching blooms. The next one is your ivy. This is then your delightful rose. You've then got your foliage. This one is your pine cone. Pine cone, which I think is amazing. And then this final one is your clover. So you're going to be getting all of these in the collection, £40 or $50. Platinum price is £32 or $40. Zoe Carver says, why is flower forming so addictive? We don't know. Should come with a warning. Warning, you may find that you need to, this is addictive. Now, we've got some great deals for you on the flower forming foam on the website, and they are 3 for 2. So if you're inspired, do take full advantage of this. The first one is your Say It With Flowers. So you've got all of those beautiful sort of rich colours in there that are going to work with that Say It With Flowers collection. Obviously, you'll be able to use these in all different ways. £9.99 or $12.95. Remember, 3 for 2. The next one we've got is your delightful daisies in those blues and greens and whites. £9.99, $12.99. Again, 3 for 2 on all of these. Next one we've got is your Enchanted Dreams, that really rich purple and that lilac, and of course the beautiful green for your foliage. We then have your Country Lane collection with all of those really pretty red and pink colours in there. This next one is your Spring Hues, all of those lovely colours. Look at that great orange. That's going to go really well with that Bohemian collection, isn't it, with all of those colours. We've then got some natural white. Correct me if I'm wrong, can you ink these up if you wanted to, these
Oh yeah, absolutely, yes. Use your water reactive on them.
Okay, so this one is definitely a good one to get. £5.99, $9.95, again 3 for 2. This one is your foliage in the 2 different green colours. You've got 7 pieces in there, £5.99, £9.95. And then finally we've got wisteria in those beautiful purples, those very sort of vivid lilac-y kind of colours, or even wisteria kind of colours, £9.99, $12.95. Again, 3 for 2 on the website. While you're on the website, do make sure you have a look at that craft clearance section where we've got some really, really good deals for you. Remember, it's double points on everything up until midnight. And when you spend over £10, $10 or €10, you will get a free gift, which is a little dog die as well. Right, we're going to go for a quick break and give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, and we'll see you in a couple of moments.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, $1 or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the product.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part, and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I think people really enjoying watching that flower forming foam. Peggy's asked, is there a front and a back to the flower forming foam? No, either side.
Same,
Yep,
same
perfect.
each side.
And Rebecca Daly says, I love to sit and make some flowers up when I want to craft, but the crafty mojo has gone to make a full card. I think it's a really good idea to make all those little bits and pieces while you're able to, because they're nice and easy to make on a lap tray, aren't they?
Yes, really easy.
Other things we've got for you on the show, and we've got some of the
succulents.
Sensational succulents dies. These are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really excited about what Debbie's going to be making with these. And the first one here is your succulents. Here. So these are all the little dies to make these beautiful little flowers. This next one is your sword grass, which is very cute. Then you've got your plant sign. You've got your neon breakers. So this is one of these ones that I think you twist up. It's like a quilling kind of thing, isn't it, to create that design. We've then got a merry maiden. Always the kind of maiden you want. Always want a merry one. You've got a lily china. This one is your baby aloe. 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 This is your terranium die set, which is lovely. I like that. Embossing folder there. Then we've got your geo wire trellis. That's quite cool. And then you've got a garden frame in here. So a whole collection of all those different bits and pieces to create all those different designs from Sharon Callis. This is £25 or $35. Your platinum price is £20 or $28. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be doing on these.
I cannot get over that price.
Yeah,
Platinum price, £20. Yeah. Yes, please. That's amazing.
Over 70% saving on this.
Yeah, it's crazy. You will love them. If you've not managed to get them, boy, have you got a bargain today. These are gorgeous. You're going to be making them time and time again. I think to have those embossing folders in the background, to have all those beautiful flowers is quite incredible. There's so much you can do with these. And I was thinking, right, it's a masterclass. What can we do for a masterclass? Let's do something that's really totally awesome that you've not seen before. So I want to also show you a project as well as doing these flowers as well, because they lend themselves, I think, Becky, to home decor. I think there's lots you can do with them, and they are gorgeous to use. So first of all, in this demo, we're going to show some of the flowers or some of the succulents and how you can be creative with them. So I'm using, the first one we've got our Merry Maiden. You can see the size of these dies. They are really big. What you can also see is they have a dotted line all the way down the middle. So it puts that perforation line in there for you, so they're easy to fold in half. It means when they fold over, they fill the gaps, which is how they work so well. So I'm going to do that in the purple. Again, you can see it in this one. So that's that baby aloe. I was bought an aloe vera plant when we moved into our new home. And I've never had an aloe vera before. And I love it. It's so
you can
nice.
break parts of it off and use it, if you've got sunburn or something like that.
Yeah, and so my thing with that is, what does it regrow?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. So it regrows into a point. Because I didn't want to ruin it. It looks so lovely, and I've put it on my dining room table, and it's so nice.
So I think you can eat them as well, can't you?
And eat them.
You have them like drinks, don't they? Have aloe vera drinks.
But not. You couldn't just bite the plant and eat the plant, could you?
I don't know. Give it a try.
Well, I'll bring a bit in for you and you can try it. Right, let's cut two of these in one go. So we've got that gorgeous Merry Maiden and that baby aloe. So we're cutting that. And I've just used some of my textured cardstock. By now you should have plenty of packs of textured cardstock, because we do it quite a lot now with lots of the collections that come out with our paper pads. And then I'm going to use my absolute favourite die, and this is the one I'm going to be using. I want to try and get some sort of animals together, stamps and dies. This is great to use just as your grass, and then if you've got any animal dies and that, you can put them in the background and create sort of jungles and stuff, so that's a great one to have. But it's actually your sword grass, and it cuts just amazingly and comes together really well. But look how easy it is to create these succulents. They literally die cut, no problem whatsoever. Let's do that last one, that grassy one. Pop that through, turn my plates, pop that on there, and then just run that one through.
Could you use these with your flower forming foam?
Oh, absolutely. No reason at all why you can't mix and match them. Right. But also, they'd be great to use with foam as well. The only thing I would say about that is it'd be a little bit tricky to attach your red liner tape to the foam. So you might need to use some quick drying. I was thinking, why has that happened? But it's still in the dye. Just tap that one just to release that, and then you've got your grass. But actually, take that away like that.
Yeah.
You've got some tall grass as well there, haven't you?
Yeah,
so it
perfect.
looks amazing. What a stencil, that would make a great stencil. Love that one, textured background, so all nice. Right, so we've got our 3 dies, so let's pop those to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Make sure I pop them in the right place. And bring these ones back in. So the first thing you're going to do is get yourself some red liner tape, which I never thought to get because I just thought it would be here. There's only oh no, that's too big. Jake! I've really not found a tiny little bit. Might be enough, might be enough.
Shall I go and find you some?
I've got this, so I think this might be enough. It's a tiny little bit, but yeah, sorry, Becky, you keep wanting to go and get me things, and I'm like, no. Right, so let's use this across here. Now, what you do want is your 3mm red liner tape. It's the perfect one to use on here. Ah, you found some, amazing. Thank you so much. I've reprieved myself. I've took it off of her.
She just shoved it on the counter. She doesn't actually need it.
No, well, I'm not sure if it'll be enough now. And I like using it from a big reel. I'm just going to use Becky's. I think Becky's is nicer. It's bigger. Definitely needed this one.
Feel vindicated now.
And yes, absolutely. Yeah, we did need. I did need the foam, to be honest. It's just that I don't like using it, so I was quite happy it wasn't there. Right, with this one now again, there's an outside and a back on these, so you can see that's the back of our die. And here it's got that curve in the middle, so that's our front one. So you can actually just bend these in. Can you see it's got that slit in that? Well, not slit, it's a scored line just down the middle. And I'm going to do this before I fold them. And then with the other one, I'm going to do it the opposite way because you're going to fold these into each other. And I'm still folding the front side together. So I want them to go the opposite way. So we're going to just fold those back. You'll see what I mean in a second, because when you fold them over, they're going to go into the gaps of the ones in front. So just using those to go in there, a little bit of a curve in those smaller ones, and then you can sort of use that fold line to fold them together. And the reason we're folding them inwards, because this is the front still, is because when you curl them round, it's those bits that you're going to see in the centre. So just popping those in there. You can also ink at this stage. I'm not going to worry about, I have got some that I've already done, but I would just use maybe a little bit of orange on the edges of those. And then once you've turned, so you can see our score lines now are all going the same way. So all I want to do is just make sure I'm popping that down there. Then we're going to use our red liner tape to go along the bottom. Now, depending on how you curl these in, so I would curl from this side inwards. So I want my tape here. If you curl from this side that way, because remember, these need to be your inner parts. You don't want to curl your bigger leaves inwards. You want to do your smaller ones first. So I'm going to turn that over, grab your red liner tape, and literally pop that along that bottom piece, just like so. Now, if you've got a quilling tool, perfect, because that will work amazingly well. I'm not holding my breath. I don't think there'll be a quilling tool here, and I don't think you'll probably be able to find one either, but I don't worry about that because you can do it with your fingers. You can also do it with tweezers, so however you want to do that. Now, these are the same. If you want to, you could go along and just curl these in. I'm not going to worry about that. They do have that line scored for you, but I'm just going to bring mine in together, so it's just folding them all. I'm being quite delicate, but actually you don't need to be. These are quite robust. We've cut them out of good cardstock, and then I'm just going to go along the bottom there just to bring them in together. And again, depending on where you curl them in from, we want to go from our smallest into our large. So I'm doing it this side because I always curl from right side to left. So we're just going to pop that onto there. And your 3mm will work perfectly. If you've got tacky glue will work as well. I know lots of you will already have these dies. Please get them out and have a play with them because they are amazing to use. Right, so I'm going to show you, let's show you different ways. So first of all, let me bring in my pokey tool. So doing it with your pokey tool, you literally take away that red liner. The red liner, as long as you burnish well, should come away quite easily from your carrier, well, it's your carrier sheet you're taking off. And then all I'm going to do is pop my pokey tool just a little nib around, and we're just going to work that round like so. And then just using your fingers to twirl it round. Once it's got hold of, you can see your pokey tool, you just turn it. Your quilling tool would do the same. The difference with a quilling tool, you have a little slit in the top of it, which just pokes into the side, and then you just literally turn that on itself. And if it just needs a little bit of a helping hand to go round, making sure you're squeezing all the time, just give that a little wiggle, your pokey tool will come out, and then that gives you your first flower or your first succulent. So you can see that's amazing. If you want it bigger, you can add another one on, so you haven't got to stop at one. You can keep going and adding extra ones on. Right, let's do our baby aloe. Just take that one off as well. And while we're there, we'll just take this one away for your grass. I think the grass is my favourite dye of these. I just think it's very effective.
Terry Anderson says, I use the sword grass on an Easter basket. And Kirsty D said, I use these dies to create cards for my brothers. One had a hidden Pokemon for him to find, and the other had a Bigfoot hidden.
Oh, I love that.
Really great idea.
Brilliant. Very clever. Love that idea. Yeah, the grass is just brilliant. It's one of the ones that honestly you should keep out on your craft desk. It's the one that you want to use time and time again for so many different things. As our Nicola said, put it on your magnetic stand, absolutely. Right, so just curling these round. I love this one as well. You've got all those little spikes at the edges. Not going to be as sharp as your normal aloe vera either.
I've got some information about aloe vera for you. Would you like to know about it?
Oh.
Lorraine says she uses aloe vera in her homemade cosmetics. And Rosalind says you can use aloe vera on your hair, a burn, in water or a smoothie, and as a natural air purifier. My mum kept them in the kitchen for quick burn relief, and it works wonderfully on sunburns. So quite handy to have a good housewarming present, definitely. And Anne says aloe vera bardidensis Miller is usually the plant that is eatable. There are lots of other varieties of aloe vera.
Look at that.
Don't eat it.
I mean, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Don't eat it.
Don't eat it unless you know it's edible. Yeah.
It's the right one. Right, so I just did that one with my fingers, and then we're going to go back in with our pokey tool and just turn that round. I was going to show you with tweezers, that was the other one, but same thing, you can grip it with your tweezers, but this is a great one. I love this die. I just think it's great. Really good. I mean, it's good if you've got like model railways and stuff. You can make little grasses out of them, couldn't you, around the edges. Love it, just absolutely love it. You can make them bigger by adding more to them. If you want, you can even make them almost into those sort of pampas grass if you just use your pokey tool to give them that little flick out. So you can really change the looks of them. So I used to have pampas grass in my garden.
I think everyone had pampas grass in their gardens in the 70s, didn't they? It was a big thing.
Yeah, we did get rid of it, I have to say.
Yeah, it is a,
it's sharp as well, it hurt, like when we was getting rid of it, but look at that. I just love that. I think it's just beautiful. Makes a great little accessory to anything you put it into. Love that one. But look at that, all those different ones. Now, shall we do the actual box and then we'll decorate later? Yes, let's do it, because I really want to show you my box design and my project. Right, so first of all, you're going to take a piece of card. I've got 3 different sections here. So let me do my first 2. So these I have done them 7 inches by 7 inches. I've scored at 2 inches all the way around. So we've done that. And I've done that, I did write it down. I've done it on my box lid side, okay, just so you know. And then I've done another piece here. And again, I've scored this on my box lid side. I've done this 5 by 5, and I've done this scored at 1 inch. So we're going to make up these boxes. I'm going to show you a really cute way of how you can make a gorgeous little ornament. and some home decor. So we're just taking those sides. You'll see lots of tutorials online. When you've scored and folded, you just trim into those side sections. And then we're going to bring in that side piece, pop in there. And then our next one, just like so. So this one is going to act as a little tray to put your flowers in. So let's do this one as well on that side. So we've got our little box, and we're going to do exactly the same with this one. So we're just using our tape to go around those edges. So remember, this one was your 7 by 7 and scored in at 2 inches on your box lid side. So that's really important.
Okay.
And then our next one onto there, just making sure I put plenty on to make that sticky, so creating that little box. So what's happened here is we've created a box, but we've created the same dimensions on the inside as what's in our smaller one.
Okay.
So it'll become clear in a second. Pop that on, making sure, and I'm making sure all the time, I'm not worried too much about this side, I'm making sure these edges are flat here, which is why we take out this little section. It gives it a little bit of wiggle room. So pop that one in. Right, so we've got our 2 little boxes, super cute. Now what we're going to do is back to back them, like so. So we're going to stick them one on each other. So we're going to go back to back on the side here, and then I'm making sure I've got plenty. Now, if you're not too sure about putting these on top of each other and not having a wet glue, then use a wet glue. But I'm just doing this where my fingers are touching the bottom piece and the side, so I know that that's flat all round. And then all I'm going to do is just massage that glue in there, so I know that that's going to stick together, like so. Okay. So let's pop that in like that, making sure that's really stuck together. So this is going to act as our little cubicle for our boxes. So then what I've done is I've brought in another piece of card. Now this time I've done the bigger piece, 11 by 11, and I've scored at 4 inches on each side. But this time I've scored on my box base side.
Right.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, we need to then I'm going to turn that round, because this is where we're going to put our tape down. So this is our box base side, 11 by 11, and scored in at 4 inches. It's a lovely little project, this one, and you could do this with any flowers that you've got in your stash. So it doesn't have to be your succulents. If you like just being creative with your roses or your peonies, or you want to create some pages out of your books or your vellums. Vellum are always really good for flowers. So we're
Financial Times. I'd use the Financial Times because it's pink.
Oh, the paper,
nice
yes,
pale pink
newspaper.
colour.
Because I haven't had a newspaper for years, but
No,
apparently you don't get the print come off anymore. Is that true?
Well, that was
because I remember
you used to
years
have to
ago
iron
my
them,
dad
didn't you?
having the paper and like we'd read, and you'd get black hands.
Yeah, but if you iron the paper first,
Iron it.
yeah, you get your newspaper and you iron it, and then that seals the ink into the newspaper, so you didn't get dirty hands.
Oh, well, I never knew that. I'm going to tell my dad that. All those years of
useless
getting dirty
information-
hands.
Useless information are us. Or is me. Yes, that's why if you watch Downton Abbey and things like that, the footmen are ironing the papers before they take it into, into
very
the morning
clever.
room.
Very clever. Right, now I've got some papers, because what I want to do now, I want to hide my workings. So I'm keeping this quite plain because I want it to look quite rustic. And these ones I've just done so we can pop on the sides of here. So let's pop those on. Just using these around the edges, like so. And we're going to do that, and that's just going to help with the rigidity of your box. Oh, it's only one piece, thought that was 2. These are just, yeah, you grow, girl. These are just scraps of papers I had in my stash.
Where are they from, the papers?
Yes, a Violet Studio paper pad. Can't remember which one though.
Come on, Debbie. This is
not very
specialist
good. Not very good at paper pads. Plant parent. It is plant parent. I've just realised you're right. Plant parent. Look at you up on your Violet Studio paper pad. Yes, our plant parent. It's a bit of a strange one. I didn't have anything else apart from the paper pad. And then let's pop that one on.
Debbie and I watched a game show last night. And,
we were rubbish.
No, we were actually really good. Debbie was much better than I was. But it came to a couple of them and we were like, oh, that's just silly. Just silly. It was 1%. We were watching. We got to, I think we got to about 10% and then we just lost interest, didn't we? I just said, well, I'm going to bed now. We were doing quite good.
We was being very funny. Yeah. I was like, when I got one, I was like going to Becky, did you not get that? Why didn't you get that? That was really easy. That was really easy. You should have got that. And then when Becky got one, she was the same with me. There was one, though, which was, it was like which candle would burn down quicker. And I said straight away, I think it's the long, thin candle. And then there was a big, fat chunky candle, and there was different sizes of candles. She said, oh, why is that? And we were working out the ratio of the candle to the wick, and she's like, actually, I think you're right. And then the answer was the big fat candle, because it was the only one that had a light on the top, so none of the others were lit. So it was one of those sort of ones.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, but I was quite chuffed with myself getting the. There was a word which didn't look like a word, and you had to work out what it said, what the meaning of it was. And I did get that, and it was actually they'd put the word deep in the middle of the word thought, and they'd split it, so it was deep in thought. So
and there was the other one. This is the one that we were like, that's ridiculous, and that's when I went to bed. What is half goat, half cow?
No, half goat and a third cow.
Sorry.
One-third cow.
One-third cow.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what that is? Cat.
Cat. Do you know why it's cat?
It's half
goat, of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that point where I like, right, I'm going to bed now. Bye.
So look at this. We've made a little stand. So you've literally got your inside box. Now, what's great about this is great for a gift. Look, if I turn it around there so you can see it, you've actually got a little gift box inside there. Yeah. So you can literally put your chocolates or your smellies or some bath salts or whatever you want in there. And then we're going to come back when we do some more of the flowers, and we're going to decorate with the actual flowers. But how fabulous is that little stand? And then you've got your little bit in the middle there. There we go, Becky. We'll come back and we will finish that off.
Oh, looking forward to seeing that. So we're using, with this, we're using all the sensational succulents. This is your garden frame embossing folder. You've also got your geo wire trellis embossing folder. I really like that. I think you could use that in loads of different ways. This is your terrarium embossing folder here. And then we've got our dies. So we've got your baby, hello. You've got lily china, this one here. Then we have your Merry Maiden. We have your neon breakers. We also have your swordgrass. And then you have your succulents here, and also your plant pot poke here. £25 or $35. Platinum price is £20 or $28 for all of that. That's a good deal, very good deal. Thea says, I did a roundup on an aloe vera plantation in Lanzarote. Round trip, sorry. Colin says, morning Becky and Debbie from Wellesley Chapel, Florida, having my first cup of coffee and watching you. Good morning. Lynn asked about flower forming foam and asked if they lose their shape or fall apart over time.
No, not at all. In fact, I haven't got any samples, but I wish we'd got some out from when we first started bringing you flower forming foam, because they're all still how they was. Once you've got them in their shape and once they're formed, unless you put something really heavy on them that's going to squish them, they're going to last for a long, long time.
Yeah, much better than real flowers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Brilliant. We've also got some of these floral frame cut and emboss folders. honestly, I think the people that make up these names do it deliberately. Sometimes it's so difficult to say, especially for me. This first one here is your beautiful blossom. And you can see here how that's going to cut and emboss those beautiful designs. Very, very pretty folders that you've got here. This one is your peony blossoms. Then we have your timeless forget-me-not. That is really pretty, isn't it? This next one is your classic rose. We also have your dancing daffodils. I do love a daffodil. This is your vibrant rose. This one is your striking gerbera. And this is your fragrant magnolias. £40 or $45. Your platinum price is £32 or $36. Right, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll give you the opportunity to check out your baskets. Do remember, double points on everything until midnight tonight. Free gift if you spend over £10, $10 or €10, which is that little dog die. And then finally, have a look at the craft warehouse clearance just to see if there's anything in there that's going to tickle your fancy. We'll see you in a couple of moments.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate. Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
Went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami.
I've got some...
Oh, I love watching those. That's so funny. Doesn't Michelle look different with her hair?
I know. That's I think that takes over from my blooper. I think that tsunami was brilliant.
We've all done funny mistakes. I do need to remind you about photographs. We want to see photographs of your holidays, and we're running a little competition. So I'd like to see photos of your favourite holiday, because I'd like to go away like Debbie does. I'd like to plan my holiday. But we are also extra points if you can, you're crafting on holiday, or even more points if we can see a Crafter's Companion logo somewhere in the photograph. Are you there with your Gemini on the beach like that, rolling with your Gemini, with your handheld Gemini? Are you die cutting on the beach? Are you doing bits and pieces while you're crafting on the caravan? Are you hiking up Everest and still doing a little bit of colouring? With your tri-blends, let us know. And you're going to win a prize. So there's going to be a £10 voucher, and we're going to choose some at random, and then we're going to do a little bit of a vote in the last show of today. So, you know, you've got to be in it to win it. So you might as well try. Lois said that was a really cool box that you made. And All Things Wonderful says, I got the candle question wrong too on the show that we watched last night. I was so annoyed with myself. Once I saw the answer, it was so obvious.
I know.
It was really obvious.
It was obvious, yeah.
You've got to have your brain thinking that sort of way. And my brain's full of flowers and fluffy things and chocolate. So if you want to try and make some flowers with your flower forming foam, you would want to have this collection of dies. You've got all sorts of different dies in here. The first one here is your Precious Peonies. I'll put them down this way. It's easier for me to do this way. This one is your Ivy. Then we have your Beautiful Rose, or Delightful Rose, rather. You then have your Foliage. And I think that one is one of the most useful ones you could possibly have, because you always need a little bit of foliage. This one is your Pine Cone, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Then we have your Clover. And then finally, your Bewitching Blooms in this collection. £40 or $50. Platinum price is £32 or $40 here. Debbie, what are you going to be making with this one now?
Yeah, so let's use those Bell Countryside dies, because these are absolutely beautiful. Again, you're getting 4 different dies with these ones, so I think they're just amazing. So we're going to pop those, and again, I've just used some of our, now this foam is from Sarah's Flower Forming Foam. There's some amazing offers on the foam as well online, so make sure you grab those. And then I'm just going to take some cardstock to die cut some of these leaves. So just pop them, don't need all that, do I? So, and I've already got some. So let's just pop those to the side and die cut those. Now this is the great thing with the Gemini, because it means I can put in my flower forming foam, and I've got those 4 layers of foam, and I've also got a flatter layer with my leaves, and that will work out, because of the optical sensor, it will work out where it's got a cut and what level to. So very clever machine, our Gemini. I keep forgetting that it's got a rotator. The rotating board's not for me, I have to say. Yes, I know, everyone loves it, but I keep moving it and it doesn't move, and I love the slider feet, but I need to remember I can turn it instead. So yes, funny, isn't it, how we all love, we did do a poll last week, and the rotating board come out on top, but no, it's not won my vote. I like the slidey feet. Right, so let's take these ones out, like so. So we've got all our extra pieces and our leaves. So these all come in one pack, so you're getting your flowers and your leaf dies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're getting all of those. So that's a great little package to get in there. That's just such an awesome deal, that one. Especially if you've not tried, if you're wanting to dabble in some flowers, it's a great one to have. And you don't have to use the flower forming foam. You could just use your ordinary cardstock. Linen cardstock would be lovely with them. You can ink them. Just so much you can do with them. Doesn't seem to want to come to part, this one. I will get there. Live telly, look at that. I can't get them apart. So this is where maybe I should have done Is that this? I'm trying to think. Maybe, no, because I'm sure I folded it in half. It's
You did
just
four,
being,
didn't
it's
you?
just being awkward. Let's go to a different point and see if we can get that apart. Maybe if I just heat it, it'll come apart. That must be. Yeah, I did do 4. Yes, I can see. There we go. I've done it. Look, there we go. Oh, I just hope the others come apart a bit quicker. Oh, dearie me. I love this one though, but these are great if you do want to do your normal paper crafting out of them, because they put in all those extra lines for you as well. So take that one apart. You know what, I'm not even going to faff. If they don't come apart, they don't come apart. Hopefully they'll come apart when I'm heating them.
Yeah.
So it's 2 there. And I've got more dies of these ones. So I'm thinking, so maybe a little tip is just to do 3 at a time of these ones. I think because of those veins that they put in, it's just squished the flower forming foam a little bit closer together. I love that word, squished.
If you used your mini or your midi, would they go in those?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Be perfect for that. Perfect for that. Now remember, have we got a prize, or is it just for fun? Oh, so you need to be sending in your photos. You're not getting your photos in. Send them in, because the winner, we're getting them judged later on. You'll all be able to vote. You're going to get a £10 voucher.
Yeah.
Just send in a picture. Just go out now and say you're on holiday in your back garden. Just take a picture. Take a picture. I don't know what I said. Went into like Geordieland then. Oh, Brummy. Yeah, I got a bit Brummy, not Geordie. Sorry if I've offended anyone. I don't know why I've just got those back out. I wanted me iron.
Kim Rice asks, are flower forming dies different from regular dies?
No, not at all. Not at all. So they're just thin metal dies, which means you can use them multiple times. So with these ones, all we're going to do is we're going to twist them and just manipulate the tops of those leaves, just stretching those out a bit. And I'm actually going to leave them like that while we do each one, because what's going to happen with those, it's going to allow those to form in that sort of shape, and then we can manipulate them apart. So let's pop those there. Is she there now? We've just seen a photo of Gracie in a pool. She looks amazing. Looks amazing, like. Don't know why I've gone Brummy. I'm not even very good at accents. I'm really bad. Oh. I don't know. I just make them up. When I was little, I don't know what was I watching? I've got a feeling it might have been Robin Williams was in something. He'd done all these voices, and I always wanted to be someone that does voices. So whenever there was a cartoon character on, I would always make up a voice for them. I'd be the one, and I used to go to bed and do it, and I used to make up these stories and songs, and then I used to make up my own accent. I could do lots of, like, not even that make sense, but I could just suddenly go into, oh, look at these flowers are lovely, I love them. You just make them like this and they look just amazing. And I used to do that. I used to do things like that all the time. And then you'd be like, oh, when you twisted these flowers, they just look horrible, don't they? Loads, honestly, I could do loads. Oh, look, they come apart.
Please, I want every single part of the show in a different voice.
Me and my brother, so years ago, we used to have a proper reel-to-reel recording, and we used to pretend that we were on a radio station, and we used to record this radio station, and we just used to talk with all these silly voices. It was brilliant. We had hours and hours of fun on that. I've always meant to ask my dad if he still got that in the loft, because it was just brilliant. We used to love it. And then we used to put the radio on a separate a mini radio, and then we used to like play music over it and say, now what's coming up, and then play like the music. Yeah, I love it. I always felt like I could be that talkover person to make a character up. But never in the right circles, Becky.
Aww.
I think everyone's capable of doing that, aren't they? Everyone can make up
Yeah, I think so.
Can you do some?
Yeah, I used to pretend I was on Blue Peter.
Okay.
Or a cooking show. So I'd have all my ingredients all laid out, and I'd just be talking like this and saying, "Oh, we're going to be mixing this up, and you make sure it's like stiff peaks, and you put it over the top of your head, and it won't fall down." And I used to do that a lot. So I was always I was always demonstrating at home.
It's like you were born. Yes, exactly, Nicola. I was just going to say, like you were born to this job.
Well, I had some of my family over last summer, and I've got a Thermomix, like a food processor kind of thing, and someone said, "Well, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, this is Thermomix," and I brought it over, and I started doing this spiel, and I've got like an island, and I had all my family all on one side, and I was like, "And we can do this, and we can do that." And I was thinking, "Well, I should be charging them money because I was sort of selling this thing, but I should be getting some kind of commission, but I didn't." But if you want a demonstration on a Thermomix, please let me know. I can absolutely do that for you.
I was like that when I first got an Actify, and I think I like multipled Actify's sales because I was telling everyone to buy one because they were just so amazing. There are other fryers like
available
on an Actify, yes. Just a air fryer, that's what I meant to say, an air fryer. Right, so what I'm going to do now, let's bring in that back, this one back in, and then all we need to do now, we're going to open these up, and literally these are just going to form your beautiful petals. So we're just going to go in the middle there, just do a round circle there, so you can see already how realistic one petal can look. Takes a little bit of time, but it's really worth doing because they look amazing.
Robbie says, do you put the design of the flower against the iron or facing up?
Do I what, sorry?
Do you put the design of the flower facing the iron or facing up?
Facing up.
Facing up.
Yeah, facing up. You can do both depending on what shape you want your flower. I know people that turn them upside down and put your ballpoint in, and then it creates a different curve.
Yeah.
So there is different ways of doing them. I would say do what you want to do. There are no rules. Corinne's got her own one. She's a whiz at flower forming foam. I mean, literally, she, I would say the queen of, don't let Sarah hear me say that because Sarah thinks she's the queen of flower forming foam. She's amazing at it as well. But Corinne learnt many years ago how to do flower forming foam, and she's very good. Yeah, very, very good.
It's very similar techniques in sugar.
Okay.
So I used to make cakes for a living, and it's really similar.
Of course you do, Becky. Like you do, you've had so many different, you are the ultimate hobbyist. I love it. And I mean that very politely, that's not me being rude.
Do you know a craft that I want to start doing again is corn dolly making?
Did you do that as well?
Yeah, I used to do that. So corn dollies, they were like they're sort of like a display of shapes that you make out of corn, and they were sort of traditionally done as sort of harvest festival type things. And you make like a big horn, a cornucopia, and hearts and all sorts of things. And my godmother taught me how to make them when I was a child, and my mum and my godmother used to do them at craft fairs, and I used to demonstrate at craft fairs as a child, because that's the way of getting people to your stall. Don't have an adult demonstrating, get a small child to demonstrate something. And everyone was like, oh wow. And I used to love making them, but it's like a dying art. But there is a church in, I think it's sort of not far from Manchester, that has the biggest collection of corn dollies, and they display them all around the church, and they are absolutely beautiful. But it's a bit of it's one of those things you can only do towards the end of the summer, because you have to have the corn harvested, you have to soak it, you have to strip it. It's quite a time-consuming job, and you need a lot of space. But I'd quite like to start doing that again. Maybe I'll start.
I remember having a corn doll as I was little, but I never ever thought about who makes them.
Yeah. Well, it might have been me, Debbie. It might have been me as a small child.
This glue gun. I don't think we're going to be able to get it done, so I thought I'd unblocked it, but it seems blocked again. So,
shall I go and find one?
Yeah, it's not working. It'll take time to heat up, so all I'm going I haven't got no. Honestly, I need to do a checklist. We've got no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to bring in my glossy highlights. Now, I don't normally use this for glue, but it is a glue. Yeah, don't make me feel bad, Becky.
Of course she doesn't want it. Of course she doesn't want it. Now that I've got it, of course she doesn't want it.
Oh God, we've got a block nozzle now. Oh my goodness. Right, I think we're sorted. We're sorted. So just finding that centerpiece. Your glossy highlights is a brilliant glue, Becky. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I've not actually got any of that either.
Oh, get some of that. Yep. Put that on your list. Put it on your list.
I tell you what, my list is
ever
growing.
Brent's going to be like, Becky, do you really need all of this?
And I'm going to say yes.
You say Debbie said.
Because that's what I said last week when I put an order in. I said, Michelle said I needed all of this. So this week I'm going to say, Debbie said I need all of this.
When you are first starting to paper craft, and I think everybody at home will back me up on this, it does become a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
I think you have to make sure that you look how beautiful this flower is looking. Just
stunning.
Lovely, absolutely lovely. I don't even think I need all these layers, but we're going to put a couple more in just inside there. And let's just do some of these little ones. Love this. Just love it. So let's just do one more in there. What I am hoping, because I've used the glossy, I've never used the glossy highlights in flower forming foam, but what I'm hoping is it's still enough for me to be able to pop my pokey tool through. Because with your pokey tool with this, even with your hot glue gun, you literally, it's allowing me to go through with your pokey tool, like so. So it gives you that hole. So even though they're glued together, and then I've just got some stamens, which I've put on a little wire, and then I'm hoping it'll go through, but it is a tiny little wire I found that won't go there. So let's go.
Do you have loads of flowers already made up at home?
Yes, loads. What I would normally do is sit for ages doing the flower forming without putting the petals together, and then I just keep them in a big box.
Right.
I do a lot of white ones because the white ones will then allow you, it's not letting me pull those through. But that'll do. We'll have some bigger stamens coming out of there. That's not a problem at all. So let's pop the lid back on that one. So you can see just by ruffling them all round, you get that beautiful flower. Absolutely love that one. And you get all those distressed petals as well, so they look absolutely incredible. Right, so let's finish our card so we get our project together, because we've only actually made one thing so far, but we are going to get this done, and we're going to get that other project done with our extra pieces. So I've got all my flowers now. I've created lots of different flowers here, and like so, and then let's pop them to the side and bring in our card pieces. Which I had, and there it is. So I've used papers from Say It With Flowers.
Yep.
I love this one. I think it's quite an underused paper pad, to be honest. Absolutely beautiful designs on here. So we've just matte and layered. You can see the cardstock that comes with your Say It With Flowers. I've just gutted that, and that's what I've been using to create the flowers. We're going to just place that, so making quite a large card. So I folded my A4 card in half, folded it again to create that fold back card. And then we're just going to do this one on the front side. And then we're going to decorate it beautifully with those flowers. So I'm going to use those flowers at the bottom there. We're going to cover most of this up, but it's just nice to know we've got those beautiful flowers in the background. We've got this die. I just love it. I think it's a beautiful die. Again, Say It With Flowers, really great one to have.
Yeah.
We're just going to put our dotty tape pen just on half the side, because I want this to be my framing on the front, but I want it to come off of there as well. So we're just going to pop that about midway, right on the edge there. So we've got that sort of frame to follow around. So make sure you go over that one. Just going to very gently make sure those dots are burnished down. And then we're going to start using, we'll bring in this one. And then we're just going to start positioning these into place. So because I've got my this glue, we're just going to bring these round. So let's pop that one there. This might be my new favourite glue now to use because look at that. Oh no, I thought that stuck really well then. Might take a little bit of time to dry. What I'll do is put them on, and then if they're not set, I can bring in my finished card anyway. So we're just gonna, so even though I'm not using, I'm covering most of this away. It's always good to have something as a guide.
Yes.
So let's pop another one at the bottom here. So we're just going to add that to the end, like so. And then we've got that little, where's my little one? I'm going to just pop that at the top. Now I do like using an odd number. So we've got 5 flowers on there, and then I have got some extra little embellishments for our leaves. Now when you're cutting your leaves out, especially ones like this, just what I like to do with these, Becky, is always twist them one way and then twist them the opposite way. And what I mean by that is if you use your pokey tool to bend them that way, and then just go in with twisting that back, and then you get a more realistic leaf. Yeah, can you see? So you just go one way and then twist the top bit away, and that just gives you a more realistic leaf. And then again, we're going to turn that one round. Just makes them a bit nicer and more pleasing to the eye, gives a bit of movement and dimension. So turn them over, twist that one back. So just do that with all your leaves.
And are they the foliage from these dies?
They are, yep, they're all in there, yes. So let's pop those in place as well. So we're going to pop our green ones. So I've got these ones at the bottom. And then we're just going to place those coming up here. Oh, got one caught on there. And then we're just going to do the same at the bottom. And those ones are going to come down from here. Oh, they are holding in place, which is nice. And then we're going to actually put the white ones over the top. Oh, I need to be quick, don't I? Because we want to get our other one finished as well. So actually, rather than put the rest of those on, let me bring in my finished one. You'll see it looks pretty much the same. But if I just bring that one in, all I've done with this one, added more of your leaves around the side, put a little sentiment on the side there, and there you go. You get your most beautiful looking card.
Lovely. Oh, beautiful. Very simple idea. Those flowers really make it pop. Love that. Thank you very much for that. So these are our flower forming sorted die selection. So this first one is your Precious Peonies. That's the one you've just seen Debbie using just now. We've also got the Ivy in this collection. We've got your Delightful Rose. We also have your Foliage. We've got your Pine Cone. We have your Bewitching Bloom. And then finally we have the Clover. This is £40 or $50. Platinum price is £32 or $40. Kate asks, does the foam stand up to the elements on a front door wreath?
Does the what, sorry?
Would the foam stand up to the elements if you used it on a front door wreath?
A front door wreath? No, it wouldn't be weatherproof.
No.
If it's under a porch and it's just wind and that, then I would say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I would say yeah. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. So, yeah, it's worth a try.
Yeah,
absolutely. But not if it's getting wet with rain and like hail and snow and stuff, it probably wouldn't. So, but who knows? Give it a try.
Yeah, maybe. So, has someone made one? Did someone make a wreath for Christmas or for the summer or Halloween, maybe? Let us know. Next thing we've got are your sensational succulents. So we've got a selection of dies and embossing folders here. This first one is that plant pot poke is what they call it there. We then have this embossing folder here, which is your succulents. We've got your sword grass die here. We've also got your neon breakers. This is your Merry Maiden. We have your lily china, your baby, hello. Then you've got your terrarium embossing folder, and then you've got your geo wire trellis embossing folder, and then finally you've got your garden frame here. That is £25 or $35. Platinum price is £20 or $28. That's a really, really good deal. Remember, you're going to be getting double points on everything until midnight tonight. If you spend over £10, $10 or €10, you'll also be getting a free gift, which is that little dog die. And we've got loads of bits and pieces on the craft clearance section of the website, so do make sure you have a look at those. Debbie, what are you going to be? You're going to be finishing off the box for this one now, are you?
Yes, and I'm just a little bit worried because I haven't got hot glue or the some glue gel.
Can I go and get you a glue gun?
If you could get me some glue gel, that would be brilliant.
Okay.
So yes, which would be great. Right, so I was going to make some more, but I know we're heading towards the end of the show and I'm worried about getting them all made. But the way I made all these grasses are exactly the same way you make them all. So we've got all our different varieties and that we've got here. Oh, that's brilliant. You're amazing. Thank you so much. So that's perfect. The only difference between a hot glue gun and your 3D glue gel is this one takes a little bit longer to dry. I would say it's touch dry in an hour, but I would leave it for 24 hours to set perfectly. But it's a great glue to use as well. So we're going to use that one. Now, with your box, so we've got made our little box where we've got that inside. If you're only just joining us, go back and you can recap the measurements of that to make that little box. Great little gift. And also what I've got is just some bubble wrap, so a little bit of bubble wrap.
Okay.
It's a really good thing for softening on the inside and being creative with it. It just takes up a little bit more of the room. So all we're going to do is literally pop that inside, just like so. Can you see?
Okay.
So you can't see it because, and actually it's good for reusing, recycling some of your waste that you can't do anything with. Once you've done that and you know that's going to fit, I'm then just going to use my glue to put a bit at the bottom, which is why a hot glue gun is sort of a little bit better because it's instant dry. But I've literally just put a little bit in the bottom there, and then that way we can just pop that in. Just like so. And it's really all that's for is so when you've got it all made and you're gifting it to someone, it's not going to all fall out.
Yep.
So once you've done that, I've then just got some muslin. And you're just going to use this around the edges. So all I want to do is tuck it in really, tuck that in just around all these edges. What that's going to do is not only create something pleasing to the eye, it's also going to allow you to hide your plastic as well.
Okay.
So we're just going to pop that all the way round like so. Just bring that in. Like that, and then all I'm going to do with that is just add a little bit of the glue again around the edges. Don't worry how it looks at the moment. We're not worried about how it's going to look, it's how it looks afterwards. So we'll just pop in some extra bits in just to hold that down inside there. And then all I'm going to do is then take your arrangement. So I know I want my tall grasses. Is that the front? Yep, doing it from the front so I can do it as you see it. I know I want these in the middle. So all I'm going to do is put a globule of glue on the bottom there, and we're just going to step them inside like so. And obviously with a hot glue gun, these will hold a little bit better because it dries quite quickly.
Yep.
So we'll just pop that one side by side. So we've got our little grasses in there. So straight away you can see that's starting to form its sort of shape. And you can manipulate things as you go along. Then we're just going to bring in some extra pieces. So let's do our little aloe there. And again, just popping that inside the front. And it's just a case of putting them wherever you want to. So I'm just going to pop them around there. Such a nice idea, isn't it, to do a bit of home decor. Let's just move that to the side while we pop that one in, like so. And then we've got our ones here. A little baby aloe. Let's bring that round on this side. So you can see it's all starting to form our little succulent garden. I've got the one we made earlier, so a little bit of a bigger one here. Let's pop that at the back. And then I've just got one more here of our little purple one. You can sort of bring them out a bit. And then we're just going to pop that one in the back. So again, just bringing that in.
They're so realistic.
It's effective, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what a beautiful gift you've got there. So if I turn that round, all corners, look at that.
Oh, it's lovely.
I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? And then all you would do then is you could put a little message on there, but you've actually got your little hidden box. So you've got your extra goodies that you want to put in there. I absolutely love that one. It's such a beautiful design. Oh, I found another one there that I made, but we won't worry about that. But yes, so that's how you can do it. And I'm just going to bring in my other card, which we're not going to have time to do, but just so you can see how you can be creative with them as well. I made this dome front one with the embossing folder that's in that collection as well, and literally the same thing. So if I show you the bottom, it's just a case of gluing them inside, making that dome front that goes around them, and you get a really nice piece. Someone's not going to want to put that away.
No.
They'll want to use that time and time again for home decor. They want to be able to pop this in for home decor. I just think there's so much you can do. I've kept this sort of muted because I want to give it to a friend, and you never know what their decor's like. So you don't want to be using bright papers and things like that, but if you do and you know someone's, I mean, what about wedding tables? How amazing would they be that you could get everyone involved with making all these little flowers, which was just looking incredible. Muslims, not Muslims, Muslims. Muslim is it's very cheap. It's like really a cheese sort of cloth, isn't it? Yeah. To put inside your flowers, so it's a really good one to put inside there.
Or a bit of Hessian as well. If you were going to maybe get that wide Hessian ribbon, that would work really well in there too. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Suzanne Dawn says, love, love, love this box. Katie says, Debbie always restarts my craft mojo. Really lovely. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Right, we need to do a vote. I think we can guess which one's going to win.
Well, I don't know. I liked the first card, but I like all of what I make today. So I think whatever you... we'll take that one out because we didn't make that one, did we? So let's pop these ones in. There we go. We've got our... just 3 cards, all beautiful. So first one, number 1 was our outline dies. Number 2 was our flower forming foam, and number 3 was our beautiful succulents.
Fantastic.
There we go. 1, 2, or 3.
It seems like a long time ago you did number 1.
It does seem like a long time ago, yes. And I don't feel like I've done a lot, but I'm hoping I've inspired you and shown you how to make different flowers and how to make them into a bit of home decor as well, because it's so important in crafting that we can bring that into our everyday life as well as be crafty in our craft rooms.
Absolutely, looks absolutely gorgeous. Right, I thought I should let you know we've got a new launch coming up today. So there's been a launch every day, hasn't there, this week? These are absolutely gorgeous. I really, really like these. I want these. These are your laser cut frames and stamps. These are incredible. Oh, I need to show you. Look at all of these different frames. So many different feelings to them. This one, I mean, would that not go so well with that Roaring Twenties collection? You've got all of those different frames. This one is like a Polaroid. Does anyone in the gallery know what a Polaroid is? You're very young. You're very young. Really, really beautiful. So not only do you get these ones, but there are these as well. So there's other designs. You also get a stamp collection as well. Now, when I saw these, I thought, do you know what I would do? I would be taking photographs of my family dressed up as original paintings, so like someone like a Mona Lisa, and then make one of these into a gilt kind of frame, something like that, or all your favourite paintings, or maybe you take your holiday snaps and you're going to put those in there so they look like, you know, landscapes from Constable maybe. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. So many different designs. I'm moving it around one way. There you go. You can see all of those there. We are going to be seeing lots and lots of different ideas with these later on. This is £30 or $40. Platinum price is £24 or $32, and these are going to be launched in an hour's time. I don't have a winner yet, but I know which one's my winner. Have we had many photos been sent in for holidays? We've got one so far. Oh, look at that. Ah, that's lovely. So that's from Charlotte, and that is that's in Denia in Spain. I've been to Denia, and that is Grace. Is that Gracie in in her pool, in her grandma and granddad's pool. That looks beautiful. In the mountains, look at that. You just know you don't hear anything there apart from the little bubbling of the pool and the crickets. Can't you? That's going to be absolutely beautiful. Love that. Right, demo of the show is, wow. What do you reckon it's going to be?
Well, from your reaction, I think it's now number 2.
Oh, no, number 3.
Oh, it is number 3.
Number 3.
Oh, I thought it was going to be number 3, and I thought, oh, you look like you were shocked.
No, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Well, they are all beautiful, as always, but that is absolutely lovely.
Oh,
What a great
thank you. Yeah,
item to
it's
make
just
for
a
that.
nice project to do, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, and putting those 2 boxes together and creating your box underneath. It's like a secret hidden place. You know what? You can make it and then hide all your favourite chocolates so the kids don't get them. And then you can just nip it there like, where did you get that from? Say, oh, just appeared. They would know where your secret stash is.
Or they say, what are you eating? You go, Brussels sprouts. And they go, ugh. And they walk off and you're like, actually, it's some of the most delicious chocolates you've ever had in your life. And you won't be eating them. That's not what I would say to the children. That's absolutely beautiful. And so later on today, we've got the launch of these beautiful frames. And of course, we've got Second Chance Sunday, where we have so many deals for you. As always, we do try and give you as many deals throughout the day. So we do give you double points on everything up until midnight tonight. If you spend over £10, $10 or €10, you will get a free gift. And the free gift is a dog-shaped die. I can't see it when it's on the screen because it's so far away. Oh, sorry, it's a heart-shaped die with a dog silhouette cut out of that. So you get that if you spend over £10, $10 or €10. And of course, we do have that craft clearance section on the website where there are some really, really great deals there for you. So do make sure you have a look at those and take full advantage of that. Do remember throughout the rest of the day, we will be looking forward to seeing your holiday snaps because, you know, we want to work out where we're all going on holiday. Or if we're not going on a holiday, we're going to live voraciously throughout your holiday snaps. We were going to, for all of those, we're going to be collecting them together, and then we'll do a vote at the end of the last show, and that person will win a £10 voucher to spend on anything on the Crafters Companion website. So do make sure you've got to be in it to win it, let's be honest. Let's have a look here. A couple of messages coming in. Charlotte says, it's lovely there, the photograph. It's so peaceful. We love spending time there. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And Lillian says, I won those frames on the QVC preview. Well done. Have you got them yet? Have you been using them? Well, let us know. Send us some pictures if you've got some pictures of what you've been doing on those. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Debbie's going to be making for us today, and also seeing what the design team have put together as well. We're going to take a quick hour's break, and we will see you back for the launch, and you'll be able to see more of these beautiful frames. See you in a moment.